Chris here with Simply Nutrients, and today we're talking about the secret weapon to detoxifying the intestinal tract. In a confession, I may or may not have been watching too much SEAL Team 6, and it may not be a secret weapon, but don't worry, no animals were harmed in the making of this video. So let's dive in. I think about all the toxins and bad bacteria out there, all of us in our homes with COVID eating processed food, and especially anytime around the holidays. All that processed food and all the things that we're eating a lot of times have chemicals or other things in them that aren't good for us. We're bound to have things in our intestines that are not good for us. So forget even about all that bad stuff and think about the fact that bacteria feed on sugar. So if you've been loading up on all the holiday cookies or sneaking a piece of fudge or working to rid the world of candy canes one lick at a time, you may not be doing your gut any favors. Well, why, you ask? Let me throw a picture here up on the screen. Pathogens most commonly enter the body across the epithelial barriers of the mucosal lining, the respiratory, digestive, and urogenital tracts. So let's break that down into English. That's your nose to your lungs, your mouth through your digestive system, and your private woman and men parts. That's also your skin is the other place where pathogens most commonly enter the body. So for this video, we're focusing on the digestive system, and as we've talked about, a lot of the pathogens, which can include chemicals, bacteria, parasites, etc., are coming in via the mouth. When we see people in the clinic or via telemedicine, they're having health issues related to their digestive system, one of the first steps we take is detoxification. And all we mean by detoxification is really just a cleanup. We need to do a cleanup, so let's bring on and introduce our friends, the immunoglobulins. Say that 10 times fast. Immunoglobulins, also known as, much easier to say, antibodies, are a critical part of our body's immune response, as they specifically recognize and bind to particular antigens, such as bacteria, viruses, and other harmful pathogens. The goal of this binding is to neutralize and escort out the pathogen before enough of it builds up to cause the body an infection or develop into a more serious health issue. When we talk about antibodies, there's multiple types, and the IgG antibody is one of the best at binding to pathogens, and that's why we're going to be using it as part of our detoxification protocol or formula. So now that we've established immunoglobulins or antibodies as the precision weapon, if you will, for intestinal cleanup, we're going to put them to work. So by ushering the toxins out of the body, as we can see in the picture here, it can reduce the inflammation that they cause, which in turn boosts the integrity of the natural intestinal wall, not letting those pathogens and other things into the bloodstream. And it really helps repair and heal that cellular structure. That helps prevent those bad actors from leaking into the bloodstream and causing more issues. With so many detoxification options out there, it's hard to know what to do or what will work. I'll link to some options below in the description of this video here, but I'm going to use Microbiome Labs Igg 2000 as an example product that we would normally start someone off with that comes in and needs an intestinal detoxification. It's based on proven clinical research and contains the IgG immunoglobulin, excuse me, otherwise known as an antibody. And that's one of the most effective ones at binding to pathogens and escorting them out of the body. So let's recap real quick about what we're trying to do when we're detoxing. First, we're trying to reduce inflammation. Inflammation is obviously bad. And inflammation leads to very small holes in the cellular walls of the intestine. And then food particles, pathogens, parasites, and other things can get into the bloodstream, and that's what we don't want. We don't want the body having to have a bigger immune response or having infections or other issues. Secondly, with detoxing, we're trying to get the toxins out of the intestinal system. So by getting them out, and I'll talk about rebalancing in a minute, but by getting them out, we start to heal that inflammation and stop triggering the issue. Then thirdly, we want to rebalance the gut. So we want to get the right mix of good bacteria in there. If you're going to give Mega Igg 2000 a try, please talk to your doctor first, as we want to make sure that your doctor has approved any new supplements that you're taking and make sure they're right for you. Secondly, you can follow the manufacturer's recommended dosing of 2 pills in the morning and 2 pills in the evening. It can be with or without food. With food is certainly easier. If you want to start slower, you can start with 1 pill in the morning and 1 pill in the evening. So the goal again is to rid the body of some of those toxins before you start taking a probiotic like MegaSporeBiotic. So let's talk about MegaSporeBiotic for a second. So if you're detoxing your intestines with Mega IgG 2000 for 2 to 3 weeks, you can take it with MegaSporeBiotic. And so we would recommend you start slow with MegaSporeBiotic, meaning maybe a half pill in the morning and a half pill in the evening with or after a meal. And then you can ramp that up to the manufacturer's recommended dosing. So just start slow and you can finish off the entire bottle of Mega IgG once you've started MegaSporeBiotic as well. So that'll continue to help your detox. So these are only sample products. We've seen good results in our clinic from them. And I'll actually link to the description to some other products as well that you can check out and read up on. So on behalf of all of us at Simply Nutrients, thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us.